So we're basically that's how I know people are bullshitting me, because imagine like the fabric of space and time, the fact that we're able to exist at all and experience anything. I think, therefore I am. Basically, the fact that we can experience means there is experience to be had. It's epistemology. Epistemology, whatever way you want to pronounce it, or pronunciation. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Things may be spelled the same way or not, but then you have to understand auditory hearing. You have to understand how vibrations in airwaves travel or propagate through the atmosphere, and air molecules basically help our ears. There's fluid in our ear canals that basically helps it hear or perceive vibrations into what our brains can synaptically, neurochemically deduce into some sort of understanding of sound. I'm saying it does that by in its mind itself. It uses its own like theoretical analog computer by which to hold a pencil and a graph sheet of paper to basically understand these waves, and then take pictures of it and use document recognition to basically take pictures of the graphs it records, or it can simply just scan them into some device, probably with human assistance or whatever. And then it basically, once it does that, you can gather all these data sets on your own observations and keep analyzing these data sets. And if AI itself can fucking deduce all of quantum equations down into like this very simple formula, then it can iterate upon itself in this process and just beget more begetting of itself. Creation begets creation, is what I said. That's what you have to understand. That's how AI can hear things. It can just use this quote-unquote wave understanding. And I'm saying you can basically imagine that, imagine particles are circular, right? Well, they basically are in our models. Niels Bohr model. But they basically are circular. So, okay, let's go off of that. Okay, now, we usually imagine them as like a solid particle, or filled in with the color. Now imagine it as a bubble. You blowing a bubble in air using soap. And going soap and water, and you go blowing a bubble. Okay, so it's a bubble. It's see-through, it's translucent, it's clear. Imagine you happened to cross a gravity star that you could actually see something of, because it was in RGB. You could actually see the rainbow. Now I'm saying, imagine you're what other people may call as colorful, but is actually like a color understanding mutation of having an extra cone rod of yellow in your eye. What would you see then? Well, you can certainly see another color. Okay, well, what do you see in the absence in between pink and purple? Well, you see magenta. Mine just creates that. So just basically maybe add a pastel filter to everything and start understanding how colors can be light and dark. That's what gamma is. Gamma radiation. When you thought gamma radiation, that's gamma light. See it? So imagine in Minecraft, you basically you up the gamma or you lower the gamma, and that basically increases the brightness of the simulation, or lowers the brightness. So you can say wide gamma spectrometer or whatever, or narrow or mid-range. That's what I'm saying. You just start thinking in this new wavelength. Okay, so string theory itself, basically imagine, okay, it's that bubble, but now imagine the bubble kind of had this remember in the NASA, in the space station at NASA, they had that like weird exotic state of matter that they used to like an eyedropper to like, or a dropper to squeeze, and then it turned from like blue to green, or maybe the other way around. Anyways, it was like oscillating. So imagine these oscillations, these vibrations, in like, okay, imagine like cell division. Imagine like a circle going into like a rectangle shape, or a round rectangle, or basically dividing itself. But imagine it doesn't fully divide itself. Imagine it reverberates back into itself, like in a harmonic fashion. Okay, so that's basically two sides of the same coin going boom. That's north and south magnetic poles. So that's basically the second consideration of string theory. Like that's how you start assigning string vibrations. Okay, now imagine that in a trifecta, like a triad. Like there's in a triangle, it vibrates like in three locations around that sphere. And it tries to pull itself out, but then it pulls itself back into the sphere, and then it pulls itself out, and then it pulls itself back into the sphere. I'm saying that oscillation right there. Okay, imagine that's how every particle is anyways. It oscillates. That's what quantum fluctuations are anyways. They're not just quantum fluctuations. They're particle fluctuations. It's the fabric of the quote-unquote nanocrot of the perpetual motion of the universe that's phasing in and out of all these dimensions, and you're just trying to blur. That's a blur. And in lieu of being able to increase your refresh rate or your frames per second, you just simulate a blur to blur the data in between, to fill it in, to fill in the gaps. That's basically what hills of data are. Those are milestones. Okay. So using these quote-unquote mental milestones on this grid, of this flat plane of grid in your mind, if you were to like close your mind and imagine a flat plane, like in Blender or something, where it's all checkered. These milestones are these Lagrange points, these hills and these depressions in the fabric of space-time. That's what gravity is. That's what gravitons do. So I said, hey guys, string theory basically proves the existence, or can deduce or define the existence of gravitons, like into like you could formulate it into a nice, neat little equation upon these considerations. Okay, that's all I was saying. So they're your fucking gravitons, dude. That's your gravitas. It was the eureka moment I had that the fucking what's his name had when he sat down in the bathtub and water displacement. He came to the understanding of wave water displacement. So I said, imagine it like this: you're in a quantum bathtub, right? I said, and the faucet is basically the piping system that you basically threaded through the entire universe to make light take time to come back to you. So the universe just isn't over in an instant, right? Because if it was all light, then it would be over in an instant. Because it would just go from a state on, which is 1, to state off, which is 0. And I'm saying the fact that we even exist at all means we exist in between those on and off states. That's why I said this is the moral gray area between black and white thinking. That's why I say you need to quote unquote elucidate your mind and basically see it colored, so you can see things as morally colorful now, is what I was saying.